Hello student, I'm Leo Hockinen and I am the real Tutorman. Now I'm here today to give you my interview. This is the interview of myself. I have my questions here. I would like to thank you, my student, for submitting your question so that I could include it in this interview. I'm going to tell you the real story about me. Now, for many years, for more than 15 years, I was an English teacher teaching English in China. I used to teach in Guangzhou, Shanghai, Hangzhou, and other provincial cities. Probably more than 6 or 7 cities. And I lived in China for more than 15 years, as I said. And teaching English in China is not a very lucrative kind of job. The salaries are very low. They have more conditions and they provide accommodation and things like that, but the actual salary isn't very high unless you know certain people and you can get your foot in the door to actually get into a great school there. And I managed to get my foot in the door a few times. But I must say that it was a bit of a challenge living in a foreign country, you know, learning the culture, learning how to relate to people there. But some good things came out of it, and I was very lucky that my son was born in Shanghai and I brought him back to Australia. And the reason I did was, number one, I wanted to start my own business, and number two, I wanted to give him the life that I dream he would like to have, for him to live in a nice, safe environment with, you know, a clean environment, clean water, clean air. Well, relatively speaking, you know, a lot cleaner than many of the cities that I lived in China that had very high pollution ratings with both water and the air. All right, well now let me tell you a story, a true story, obviously. Now I was teaching, and this one was in Shanghai, in the east of Shanghai, in this school, and I'd finished my shift. I was working on the afternoon shift and I'd finished at 9 o'clock. And I was crossing the road, and I crossed the road, and I was crossing the road again. As I was crossing the intersection, I had noticed that there was a guy walking diagonally across the intersection, just strutting straight down the middle, and I thought, boy, this is really weird. And then as I was halfway across the road, I was challenged by 2 guys in the middle of the intersection as I was halfway across. And then I'm still watching this guy walking diagonally, who walks straight past me, and then I'm sort of backing up. And before I know it, the guy in front of me challenged me and sort of lunged at me. And so that made me move back. And the guy who was walking diagonally down the street jumped on top of me and threw me to the ground, threw me to the road. Now I want to tell you that day, I'm going to go back a few hours to the afternoon when I had my lunch at the local Pizza Hut. I had been, you know, surveying the area. I'd had my lunch, still had a bit of free time before my next lesson. And so I started talking to some of the buskers there. There was a little band playing there. The people, I talked to them in Chinese, and I found out that they came from a northwestern area of China. And I knew about the background of these people, and another guy came up and he said that he was a friend of those, and he was asking me a lot of questions, a lot of personal questions that I didn't want to answer. And so I was sort of deflecting the questions because I didn't want to get too close. But you know, I was still friendly, and I gave him answers that I suppose he would have been happy with. And then after that, I had that great time listening to that band playing, and then I went back to work. And just a couple of hours later, I had a premonition that I would be kidnapped. I you know, it was really uncanny. I had this vision that I would get kidnapped. And so what do? You know, and I told some of my colleagues about my feeling. Anyway, that night, as I was walking across the road, I got attacked by 4 guys. They jumped on top of me. And then the guy says to me in Chinese, he says, 你是老板. And I thought, and in English that means, you're a boss. And I said, 我不是老板. I said, no, I'm not a boss. And he repeated it again. And I said, no, I'm not a boss. I said, 我不是老板. And then he said, 派出所长, 派我们. So that means the local police station sent us, and so forth. But by now I'd already been thrown to the ground. I've got a couple of guys on top of me. I've banged my head on the concrete. I've hurt myself, and I sort of managed to push myself up, and I saw that the traffic had stopped in the intersection. And I asked this guy, sort of getting up on my arms, I asked him, I said, please help me, in Chinese. And he just looked at me, looked at the other guys, and he thought, with fear in his eyes, there was no way he was going to help me. And I just started yelling in Chinese as loud as I could for a minute until they let me go. I turned around, I looked at him, he made another lunge at me. Obviously looking for me to provoke him so that he can react. And so I just turned around and I ran like a 100-meter runner straight up the road, straight to the nearest McDonald's, where, you know, I was sort of freaked out, you know. I honestly thought that I was being kidnapped at that time, and I was still shaking. I went into the Walmart store there. I called my one of my students, and I called my wife, and I explained what had happened, and my student came, and once he had come I sort of was able to relax, and then we went to the police station. Now that intersection has cameras on every corner, and they've got it under surveillance, and they even showed me the footage of, I asked them, can you show me the footage? They said no footage of that incident exists. And my understanding was, my belief was, and many of my students who have relationships with people in the city, they said to me it was probably the undercover police who had attacked you, who had tried to catch you and whatever. And I think the reason was I was wearing a hoodie. I still have this hoodie. I was wearing the hoodie, and I had a beanie on, and they couldn't see my face, and I probably had a bit of a beard as well. And so they mistook me for perhaps one of the criminal bosses in the area. So, you know, I was sort of targeted. And so that was one of the things that sort of told me, well, obviously don't wear a hoodie, right? Don't wear a hoodie. And also when you're going home, you know, walk home with someone. It's a lot safer that way, especially if you're in an area that's a bit dodgy. Well, what's the moral of the story there? I guess the moral of the story is, for me, the moral of the story is that I really didn't so much want to be there working for this school in a place that I didn't really want to be in. And what happened to me was, this school, after 2 years of working for them, they didn't want to renew my contract for whatever reason it is, whether it's we've got some younger ones coming in and we can pay two of the younger ones what we're paying you, you know. And so what can I say? Well, obviously there's competition in positions, and you know, even though my students all said, look, you know, Leo's a great teacher, let's keep him, blah, 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 it still went, they still didn't want to renew my contract. But anyway, that was great, because after that, I decided that was the turning point, and that was 2012 February, and that was the turning point. That's when I decided to become an internet marketer. And I started looking online seriously for an opportunity that I could turn into money. For the next 3 months, I gave it absolutely everything I could every day from home. I made one commission, made about 20 bucks. How would you feel if for 3 months of your work effort you make $20? I joined things like Empower Network, but my sponsor wouldn't help me. I couldn't contact him. I call his phone, but I get no answer. I just get an answering machine and I would get no reply. So, and then I would listen to people. I would listen to people who were successful marketers. I mean, you probably have heard of these famous marketers, and I listened to them carefully, and they said things like, go and do solos. So then I explored solos, you know, and they said stuff like, do blogging. Okay, so I started to do blogging. But, you know, that's so superficial, isn't it? To say, go and do solos. I did solos, or I did blogging. It is so superficial. What they should tell you is, this is how you do it, and this is how you do it step by step, so, and that will give you the best result. But, you know, on the internet, when you're researching stuff, they don't show you how to do that. You can't find a program online that's going to show you how to be successful in online marketing where they show you step by step. Can you? It's really impossible. And the more time you spend is the more time that you waste. All right. Okay, so I've told you the story, and so I've brought my son to Australia so I can start my own business. So I've registered a business here, and I've started my online business empire in January 2013. So more than 2.5 years ago now. All right. Now I've got some personal questions that my students wanted to ask me. What is your favorite food that you crave to have today? Okay, well, I've got 3 favorite foods. There's 3 things that I'd like to eat. One is pancakes. Okay, I make the best pancakes. The second, and of course my mother taught me that, right? So everybody teaches you something, and I thank my mother for teaching me some very good recipes that I still use today. And one of them is pancakes. And the second one is Mama's homemade meat pie, and I still make that myself. And the third one is a fisherman's basket with a couple of lagers. Yeah, I love lager beer. So, but I only drink sometimes. All right. Now, number 2 question is, tell me 5 good qualities as well as 5 bad qualities that you have that you'd like to share. Well, I think everyone has strengths and weaknesses. My weakness is that I'm outspoken and I say what I think. Okay? So if I do that, you know, well, that's part of my personality, and I can't really change that. Okay? And I'll tell you one of my strengths. One of my strengths is that I will never give up. So I will never give up at whatever I'm doing. And I have a big dream, and I will continue to pursue my dream until the last day on the earth. So it's a big dream, and so, but I've still got 50 years of my life left to go, and I'm going to pursue it like there's no tomorrow. Okay, I'm 49 years of age, and my dream, one of my dreams is obviously to do a lot of things in my 50th year. So perhaps I can tell you about more about that later. Okay, let's continue with the secret sauce. Okay, now this question is number 3. How do you manage your time to focus and not get distracted? And how do you keep yourself motivated when things doesn't look so good? Okay, well, it's very easy for me to focus and not get distracted. because I've got a very big dream. I have a 4.2-year-old son, and well, actually, it's 4.4 now. He's 4.4 years of age, and my son Dana is my biggest reason. Okay, he's the reason I came back to Australia after living in China for 15 years. He's the reason I get up in the mornings early. He's the reason I stay up late at night. I don't need any other motivation. I guess there is other motivations too. Also to give to people, and then to be recognized. How to say? I would like to be on a stage and tell my story one day, the whole story, you know, and to give people courage that no matter what situation they're in, that they can turn that around, right? And all it is a matter of doing things step by step to overcome the obstacles and to change your situation. All right, now here are the business questions. This is the secret sauce. All right, and okay, so whether things are good or bad, it's how you look at things. I always, no matter what the situation is, I know what I have to do, and I just focus and I do it. Business question: why are most persons struggling so bad? What do the 2% know that the 98% doesn't? Well, I guess this student is asking this because they have some experience in online marketing, and they know that 98% of people online who are marketing don't make any or much money at all, and only 2% make reasonable money. Okay, so 2% have cracked the secret online code, which means that they know how to make money online. And why is that? Well, I guess you just need to get to the level where you know how to do things in a certain way to give a result of making money online. It's knowing how to do certain things in a certain order to get a good result. All right, so and the thing is, to get that knowledge is not easy. I had to spend $12,000 to learn how to do most of that. So I paid a guru $12,000 to learn how to create a product, how to build a marketing system, and how to drive traffic. Okay, so that's what I was willing to invest in myself, in my education online, so that I could then go and duplicate what he did. Okay, now next question. What is the biggest challenge in your marketing journey? I guess there was the attitude of my wife, in that in the early times and for a long period, she would not believe in me or have faith in me. And I guess it messed a bit with my subconscious, because every time anything to do with my online marketing, I got a negative comment. Okay, I probably had to change the way I see myself inside before the results started to come. So you have to become the person worthy of success before success arrives. Okay. What mindset should one have to excel in the industry? Now that's a great question. You must want to succeed now, like you require oxygen to survive. And you must take action yesterday. That's my motto, take action yesterday. Because it's when you take action yesterday that you know, like, let's say, for example, you write your goal down and you write the completion date is yesterday. When you have that attitude that you've got to start yesterday, then you will take action right now and you'll get going and you will focus on it. I don't know, that's what I did, and that's what starts to help me, but then I've also got a big dream, so it's very easy for me to keep going. Okay, now what is the most important lesson you've learnt the hard way and you'd like us to know? Well, don't buy any online. I've got 3 answers for that. the most important, there's a lot of lessons I've learned, literally thousands of them, but I don't know, the first ideas that came up are these. Don't buy any online products, because only a very small percentage, probably 2%, is of good quality, and only a small amount of information that people put out there is fresh. Okay, so a lot of the products I would buy would be regurgitations of other people's products, you know, and so, okay, now, answer 2. Buy only the products that you need to do the things that you want to do. Okay, and okay, I'm just having a look. What is the most important lesson you've learned? Okay, now because of our lack of technical knowledge, it's very easy for us to make mistakes. Okay, so if we buy a product and it's not perfect, we're going to fail using it. Whether it's an info product on how to do something, or whether it's a software to use, when it comes, or if we have to build a website, if it comes down to the technical and us as individuals trying to build that, we're going to fail for a long time before we perfect it. That's just the way it is. Unless you're a techie, unless you've actually spent years of study on how to build a website, whatever, unless you've done that study, you're going to struggle. So what I could say to you is outsource it. Yeah, that's a good way to go, because you can find an expert who can do it for you and at a reasonable price. Okay, so for me, I struggled for many years to build good websites. Okay, so it was the technical. But you know, after 3 years full-time doing it, I can do it. Now, the most important lesson is this, and create your own products and don't rely on other people's products. This is the biggest lesson, because when you create your own product, it's original, right? Because you've created, it's original, okay? You create your own wrapper, your own message, market, match, and so your product is out there original and it's not saturated. But as soon as you buy resale rights to someone else's product, that's when it becomes saturated in the marketplace, and it loses its value, and then your conversions go down because everybody's seen it, and then you don't start making, perhaps you don't make a profit anymore with it because of all that competition. So yeah, so create your own products. Now, are there any marketers out there? Okay, there are a lot of marketers out there, a lot of products. How do you know what's right for me? How do you know if a product is right for you? Well, you don't, do you, until you buy it. And once you buy it, then you find out, well, that was for me or that wasn't for me. In most cases, it wasn't for me. So I've literally bought hundreds of products through JV Zoo, before that ClickBank, before that Warrior Forum, with many softwares as well. And I guess you got to buy them. In many cases, you got to buy them so you know what's good and you know what's good out there. And then, so I've gone through all of that so that I know what's good. So if you've got any questions about that, feel free to ask, and I will share that with you. And later in this video, I'm going to tell you about that, what products are good to buy. Now, are there any tips someone new to the industry could follow in choosing a product or service? Okay, I'll just read the answer that I wrote. People want solutions to their problems. Know your problem, find the keyword, then find the top sellers in the world for that product. Then you know if 100,000 people have bought that product, then you know that it is a quality product, and you can have confidence that it is, and then you can go ahead and buy it. Buy it if it is exactly if it exactly fixes your problem, then go and buy it. I guess an example of this is, I didn't do the research on this so much for a high quality product. Oh no, yes I did. I went to ClickBank. It was a time when my son was, he was wetting his pants. He was still in nappies. I wanted him to throw the nappies away. We had to get him, toilet trained. So I went to ClickBank and I did a search on potty training. Okay, and I picked the first product that on the list, which is the most popular, and so it was a top selling product. I picked that. I paid $37 for it. I may have bought the upsell. I can't remember if I did, but at least I had that ebook, and I read the ebook, and then within a week my son was trained. Okay, I trained him following the steps in the guide. That was awesome, because every day we would spend $30 on diapers, and now after a week that book had already been paid for. So if you know what you need and you get it to fix your problem, then it's going to help you. Okay, so yeah, go to ClickBank or go to jvzoo.com, do a search on bestseller, it's keyword search, go to the bestseller section, and then put in the keyword. If you're looking for something on list building, put in list building. It will show you the product, and you can see the number of sales they've done, the EPCs, which means earnings per click, and it shows you which products not only can you buy to learn about, but you can also sell them as an affiliate. All right, I hope that helps. Now let's see the next question. Is it possible to earn $10,000 or even $5,000 with free traffic? Yes, several people with free traffic, for example, YouTube marketing, make more than $100,000 per year. People who do blogging, some of them make up to $1 million per year blogging. It all depends. There are so many strategies out there that you can use to generate high turnover and high incomes. Okay, yeah, just from free marketing, I've made $3,000 in one day, believe it or not. Okay, so is it possible to earn? Yes, it certainly is. Yeah, I have already shown you how to do it. Oh, okay, yeah, as a mentee of mine, I've already shown you how you can make $10,000 per month just by using free strategies. Of course, it doesn't happen straight away because free strategies is not instantaneous, but over time it builds up. The volume of traffic that you generate over time just goes up if you continue to do those free traffic strategies on a regular or daily basis. Okay, how can I earn money this very week with $100 and free strategies? Well, certainly you can. You can buy paid traffic from a broker, yeah, and you can do YouTube marketing. You could do Craigslist marketing. You could do Warrior Forum, blog commenting, forum commenting, that kind of stuff. And with your signature line linking to your number one offer, linking to your number one affiliate offer will allow you to get the clicks, the opt-ins, and eventually through your campaigns to make money, just like that. When you recommend stuff to people, and if people are looking for something, right, and you recommend it to them right when they're looking for it, then they will buy from you. It's that easy. You can steal buyers just as they're ready to buy. Wouldn't you like to know how to do that? Well, go to step 3 and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, ask me specifically about that, and again, and I will make a video for you on. No, I've already done that. I've already created videos on how to make $100 from free strategies. That's a piece of cake. Okay, great. And I have given you the highest converting product in the world, right? That converts at between 20 and 30%. It's called High Traffic Academy 2.0. And all you have to do is just keep promoting your link, whether through free or paid strategies. Every sale you get, it's worth how much? $250, 50%, yeah? Okay, so how many do you need? You need about 5 to make over $1,000, yes or yes? Okay, so if it's converting at 20%, how many opt-ins do you need? So qualified opt-ins, okay, people that are buyers coming to your landing page. Okay, let's say you get 10. Let's say the opt-in rate's 30%. You're getting 3 in from 10. It's converting at 30%. You get 1 sale. Okay, so from every 10 qualified leads, you get a sale. Yes or yes? Okay, give it a shot. Let me know how you go. Thank you. Okay, now what are the most effective traffic generating methods I could use right now to generate loads of traffic? In step 6 of my mentor blueprint, I give it to you in step 6. You're just around the corner to watching that video. Okay, step number 6. The most effective free traffic strategies, I believe, are YouTube marketing, Facebook marketing, and and interacting with people online, where you can, perhaps in forums like the Warrior Forum, because it's a very popular marketplace, and if you interact there, and if you put some posts out there and some advertisements out there, you can reap the rewards of receiving traffic for free, that is. Now, I can get into 3 niches. Okay, I can get into 3 niches. What are the steps involved in deciding on your niches? Well, decide on your niche. Well, you need to do keyword research. I would say target the top niches, which are number 1, make money online. Number 2 is health, losing weight, and fitness. It's sort of all together within the health niche, isn't it? So that's 2. And number 3 is relationships. So if you focus on these 3, I don't think you can go wrong, because they're the 3 most popular. Okay, now the steps in deciding your niches. Well, we're in the make money online or make money from home niche, so just stick to that one. That's the biggest and the best. Well, that's my opinion. Obviously, you can get into others as well. It's really up to you. What's your passion? But then, will your passion make you money? If it's underwater basket weaving, if that's your passion, I don't think you'll get a lot of customers from that. No. What do we do? What do we do to research? Okay, we get some keyword research software, or we go to that thing called the Google Keyword Planner and put our keywords in there, get some ideas. I just put the keyword into my Market Samurai, and I put long tail keywords there, and I press the button, and I get the list of keywords to target. Then I do a bit of thinking about it, and I throw some ideas in there myself, and I come up with the buyer keywords. Okay, it shows you can also go to CP in the key. Sorry, I'm mumbling now. When you go to the Market Samurai, okay, within Market Samurai, you have the option to do long tail keywords and so on and so forth, and there's an option on the right to choose CPC. So if you choose CPC, it shows you, according to Google and their advertising system, it shows you which keyword gets the highest, is the most expensive to buy, and obviously the highest buyer keyword. Okay, so you can select the buyer keywords. So that's what I would do. I would select the buyer keywords, and then do my research to find the top products according to that buyer keyword, and then I would what we call reverse engineer the sales page of of that highly converting offer, I would find their buyer keywords. And then I would take those keywords and I would use them in my marketing if I was going to market a similar product to that one. Okay, so that's what I use. I use the keyword research tool, I use software, and then I reverse engineer the competition to find the buyer keywords. And I use those keywords to create a product, right? And then I also use those keywords in my marketing. So the message, the product, the message, the market is a match. Okay. Now, what are some of the biggest achievements and the biggest failures? Well, that's a good point. The biggest, I might start with, what is my biggest failure? My biggest failure is wasting $60,000 on my online education. My biggest success is wasting $60,000 on my online education so that I know how to do things. The biggest achievement, well, financially, you know, I can make $3,000, $4,000 in one day or overnight. So I guess that's my biggest achievement. So if I can do that, I can show you how to do that, right? Yes or yes? Okay. Biggest achievements, biggest failures. Oh, biggest achievement, biggest failure. Okay. Reminds me of Power Lead System. Power Lead System was PLS. It was the first system that I was able to get, like, it was like a breakthrough moment, because I bought a solo and I made 43 sales. The only thing was I spent $5,000 on solos to make $500 from PLS. And I worked out that Power Lead System on its own, it's not a Power Lead System. It doesn't actually grow your business without touching it. What happens is everybody of those 43 that joined, they quit within 1 or 2 months. And I made less than $500 from it. So I realized that system wasn't for me because it's not a perpetual money-making machine. Unless you can reduce the cost of your click, isn't it? So if you can reduce your cost of your click under 10 cents, and if you know that you're, and at that time, that system wasn't a funnel, it was a single product. They didn't have a back end, they only had the front end. There were no profit maximizers. So you need profit maximizers in order to turn your investment money that comes in, needs to be able to be a positive return on your investment, and it only happens when you have other products to sell after the initial one. So you sell the first one, and then you've got an upsell, and then after the upsell you've got an upsell again, and so that's your campaign. You know, that's how you're going to make money, if you've got at least 2 or 3 products in your funnel. And then after that you continue to sell products to the people on your list. So, you know, with a single product, it's going to be very, very difficult to get a positive return on your investment. So Power Lead System was the breakthrough. That was the success. And even though I lost money on it, it was okay because I knew now how to make money, right? All I had to do was reduce the amount of money that I was spending on my traffic. And I've learned strategies to do that, so that's not a problem. Okay, great. Now, so that was a failure, but it was also a success. Good. We're moving right along now. Now, do you have a high ticket product of your own? Yes, I do. It's my mentoring. I sell that for $6,000, but you're one of the lucky ones because you're getting it for free. Okay. Now, what tools should I have to market online? Well, there's 5 tools that you need that you must get if you are serious about marketing online. Number 1 is you need an autoresponder. You need, for example, I recommend GetResponse. Is it a must? Yes, it is, because you must build your list. Every successful marketer I know has a list. Yeah? Yes or yes? If you're not, you're leaving money on the table. Okay, get an autoresponder. It's free to try, 20 or 30 bucks to buy. Buy it for a year, you get a discount. Okay, why not? Yes, you need it. Go and get it. Number 2, what do you need? You need ClickFunnels. Can I do it without ClickFunnels? I don't think you can, to tell you the truth, because ClickFunnels is the best. It's the easiest. It'll save you time, and there's a very short learning curve. You try and build WordPress websites. Try to get a theme that works and that works with your plugins, and there's no conflict with the plugins. If you can do that, it's going to take you a year to learn how to perfect that, to do that properly. Really, it's going to take time. It took me 3 years to do it. Okay, so don't worry about building WordPress websites. Build websites, build sales funnels using ClickFunnels. This is the key. See, how do you make money? You need a campaign, you need a sales funnel, you need a product and a sales funnel and traffic. Yes or yes? Okay, so we'll build that sales funnel very, very quickly. I'm going to show you how we can do it instantaneously and then customize it to suit ourselves. All I have to do is send you a link. You click the link, you can copy my funnel. All you do is click the link, you'll copy my funnel, right? Instantaneously you copy it, and then you just customize it for your own purpose. You don't have to be a programmer to do that. Just copy it and then customize it. Add your list building integration and your shopping cart integration, and you're good to go. Okay, so I'm starting to sound a bit like a salesman here. It's totally up to you whether you want to buy all these things. I know you will know yourself, if you're serious about being an online marketer, then you're going to take the best tools available to make the most professional system that's available online. And that is having an autoresponder. Okay, go for GetResponse as a starter, yeah, and then ClickFunnels. It's a must to get that, and you need a tracking system, and you get it from Quality Click Control. Okay, so you need a tracking system, you need a funnel creator, you need a list building autoresponder, and that automates your business. So there's 3 things you need. 2 more to go. What are they? Do you remember? I'm going to give you 30 seconds to think, and I'll give you the answer. Okay, now what were they? Autoresponder, ClickFunnels, autoresponder, ClickFunnels, tracking system. Okay, I remember now. Yes, you need a video player. Wistia for video players is the best one you can get, I believe. Has a lot of great functions. Okay, you can start for free with that one. So they're all free to start with. Those 3 are all free to start with. Okay, the 4th thing, what do you need? Oh, that's 4 already, isn't it? And the last one is, you need, number 5, you need High Traffic Academy 2.0, and you need High Traffic Academy Elite. Is it a system? No, but it's full of resources. It's a great mentor you can plug in with in Big Stress House, and if you do that, you're cooking with gas, because now you're independent and you can start thinking for yourself, and you can be in control of your business. Do click the links. I'm going to give you a link that you can click down at the bottom of the page, where you can get the 5 tools that I recommended. There will be affiliate links embedded inside that report. Do buy those things through my link. Why not? You can buy it from other links, that's fine, but if you buy it from me, I know you're loyal to me. If you're loyal to me, I'm going to give you a bonus. For every $200 that you put into a product that you've bought through my links, you're going to get an awesome bonus worth, let's say, $1,000. So all you have to do is, once you've purchased something, send me confirmation of your purchase, and I'll give you a great bonus. How does that sound? Good or good? Does anybody do that for you? Has anyone done that for you before? Okay, I can do it for you. So for everything you buy, it's worth $200 in value that you buy. Just show me that, proof of purchase, and I'll give you a bonus that is equivalent to $1,000 in internet marketing terms. Alrighty, well, I've shared with you, this is uncut, this is the real me, okay? I'd like to also get to know you as well over time, but first of all, I want to get you to I want you making $100 and $1,000, $100 a month, $1,000 a month, $1,000 a week, $1,000 a day. Yes? Yes or yes? Yes, I do. I want that for you. And once I can get you to that level, the world is your oyster, buddy. You can do it. I have a premonition. The premonition is great things are coming your way. You will be a success. I'm Leo Hockinen, helping people to help themselves and helping to save the world. Thank you. Thanks for watching, and this is a journey. Let's go. I look forward to helping you on a daily basis to reach your dreams and goals. I'm Tutorman, helping people to help themselves and helping to save the world. Thank you.